57. High of 83 tomorrow. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times. Get weather anytime by calling 824-6101 or online at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. Currently, it's 58 degrees.
WTIM.
You're listening to WTIM, your information station. Time now for your expanded local news. I'm Reed Kamai. This first story is part one of a 5-part series detailing the potential data center in Christian County. Hart Media Group sat down with Ken Lober of Eagle Rock Partners yesterday to discuss the potential community concerns of a data center in Christian County. The Hart Media Group posted these audio responses in their entirety, completely unedited, with responses from Lober for the public. The Hart Media Group first asked, who is Eagle Rock Partners, and why are you seeking to build a data center in Christian County?
I've been blessed and very fortunate to have a long career in real estate, most of which was with a company called the Trammell Crow Company. And I've got 2 partners, Terry, who's here today, and John. We worked together for 30 years, doing things around the globe, building critical facilities and data centers and office buildings and a host of different development opportunities across the U.S. And about 3 years ago, we said, we really think that America is building out our infrastructure. We built out the highway system, we built out the port system, we built out the railroad airport system. Now we're building out the technical infrastructure part of the U.S. And we thought this is a great opportunity. We have deep relationships with most of the hyperscalers. We know our way around the U.S. from a land development and development perspective, and put that together. So, Terry and John and I are close personal friends. We're at a point in our career where there is a greater good that we're focused on. We each have our own not-for-profits that we really are doing this for. Our kids are all flown the nest. We're empty nested. It's just a nice time of life.
Yeah. The Hart Media Group then asked, as an out-of-town developer, why would a Christian County resident feel that you have their best interests at heart?
It may sound like a pat saying, but we do these projects with counties, not to counties. Ultimately, at the end of the day, in our representative governmental system, the county will tell us whether or not they want this project or don't want this project, and we respect that. The United States was founded 250 years ago next month, based upon discourse and debate and disagreement. That's what the core of democracy is. So if we can't air out questions and go through fact-based analysis on what really is this, then we shouldn't be in a democracy. So we appreciate all the questions. We appreciate the concern. We appreciate the items that people have concerns about, and we want to be able to make sure that we have these listening sessions to listen both directions.
Stay tuned to Taylorville Daily News for all the latest on the data center information. To date, no data center information has been sent to the county, and no paperwork has been filed. Leaders at Central A&M schools are looking to address mental health issues in students through a book study. The study focuses on the role technology may have in students' increasing rates of anxiety, depression, and other outcomes. As part of this effort, administrators and faculty from this school district and others will collaborate to determine how best to address this issue. The study itself will run through the fall, with results published shortly thereafter. Central A&M Superintendent Sasha Young is part of the book study. She says it focuses on findings published in the book The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt.
And it's a voluntary book study, but the book study is going to go over the book about how smartphones, social media, and the decline of play-based childhood, and how it's kind of connected to some of the things we're seeing with our students, like anxiety, depression, and mental health concerns with our kids and our teens. Jonathan Haidt does a really good job of comparing what childhood was like pre-2010 and what it's been post-2010, which, if you know anything about the 2010s, it's kind of when the iPhone and the tablets kind of became a big deal. And so he just makes some scientific connections with technology and its use, or potentially overuse, and how that impacts children as a whole.
The book study team will use the results from the book and their discussions to potentially refine how technology is integrated into everyday learning.
We kind of open our eyes and maybe, look at how we're using technology as a school district, and if there's anything we need to change or adjust based on potential new information we're learning. So I'm hopeful it's just going to be a learning opportunity for us as a staff to see what we can take from it, what we can learn from it, and how we can maybe apply it to some of the things we do here in the district. Raising kids in such a technology-driven world, you feel like you want to prepare them to use that technology appropriately. But while doing that, are we also taking away some of those opportunities that are just naturally learned by playing with each other, by visiting parks, by being bored? Those are some of the things that I hope we can have conversations about and learn from and grow from.
Away from the book study, the school district celebrated the completion of another school year with its annual end-of-year breakfast. Among other tributes, the district honored several faculty members who have reached notable milestones.
During that breakfast celebration, we elect to celebrate our retirees. We have one this year who's retiring. And then I also like to do what I call milestone achievements. So I give a little something to teachers when they hit the 15, 20, 25, 30, sometimes 35 year of service to our district. So it's always just nice to celebrate all the hard work that our teachers, provide for students throughout the year. So it's just a celebration. It's an end of year celebration because we've obviously completed another school year, but we celebrate individuals too, as far as, lifetime or milestone kind of things, and retirees.
Find out more about the Central A&M School District at camraiders.com. Sasha Young appeared as a guest on the WTIM Morning Show. And now, a word from Taylorville Community Credit Union.
This is Will Perkins with Taylorville Community Credit Union. We are excited to announce expanded hours at all of our locations. All lobbies are now open from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Monday through Thursday and until 6 p.m. on Friday. All drive-ups are now open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday and until 6 p.m. on Friday. TCCU is here to serve our members at our convenient locations in Taylorville, Pana, Hillsborough, and Litchfield. You can also check us out online at tccu.org or download our mobile app for 24/7 access to your accounts. Member NCUA.
Taylorville Community Credit Union has said goodbye to a familiar face in the Pana community. After a remarkable 46-year career in financial services, Vice President and Branch Manager Al Stupek officially retired on May 29th. Stupek has spent the last 7 years helping establish and grow TCCU's Pana branch into one of the credit union's most successful locations. According to TCCU President Will Perkins, Stupek played a key role in building the branch from the ground up. Perkins says Stupek was responsible for setting up and managing the Pana office while also hiring an experienced staff with strong ties to the community. He says the branch quickly became the fastest growing office within the TCCU family. Stupek says one of the things he is most proud of during his career has been the opportunity to help people achieve their goals, and that he was honored that TCCU President Will Perkins trusted him with the development and staffing of the branch. Stupek also mentioned that his goal was always to make the office successful, not just for the credit union, but for the people of Pana. Stupek also reflected on the development of the Pana TCCU branch itself. He says the office first operated out of a small converted house 7 years ago, before eventually growing into the modern facility now located at 101 East 5th Street. Perkins says Stupek's leadership, loan expertise, and ability to connect with others made him exactly the right person to lead the branch. Perkins also noted their relationship goes back many years, saying Stupek was once his freshman football coach. Beyond banking, Stupek has remained heavily involved in the Pana community for decades. He has served with organizations including the Lions Club, Knights of Columbus, the Pana Sports Foundation, and the Pana Education Foundation. TCCU says Stupek leaves behind a lasting legacy of service, leadership, and community involvement that has helped make both the credit union and the city of Pana stronger. For more information on TCCU, visit their website at tccu.org.
Your son was 3 when you planted that tree in your backyard. Now he's grown, planting seeds and making memories with his own kids. Let Heartland Bank help you grow more memories with banking options for every stage of your life. Welcome, former CNB customers. We're your community bank. Heartland Bank. We build relationships that nurture and grow your dreams. Visit us today at hbtbank.com, member FDIC.
With over 8 hours a day of agriculture programming weekdays and 2 hours on Saturdays, WTIM AM, FM, and online is your ag information station. Listen by tuning in on air or online, and listen to WTIM Ag podcasts anytime.
To learn more about Rolling Meadows Senior Living in Taylorville and the apartments they have available, click on their icon at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com.
Summer-like weather means outdoor programs at the Christian County YMCA are about to begin or have already begun. The future plans begin with Healthy Kids Day this coming Saturday. The golf outing follows 1 week later, and camps for younger participants round out the Y's offerings for the summer. Healthy Kids Day will take place at the local YMCA chapter's soccer fields from 9 to 11:30 in the morning on Saturday. Tanner Jones is the program and aquatics director for the Y. He says the event was moved from its usual April timing to the start of June to take advantage of the warmer weather and to have more space available.
Yeah, come out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of vendors there, a lot of activities, some pop-up things, bingo, foam. It's going to be a lot of fun for kids. So I think it would be a good chance for kids to come out and start summer with a bang. We wanted some better weather, and then we have more space with not soccer going on in April. So I think it'll be awesome to kind of do it outside, have a different view on it. So I think it'll be really cool to see how it does this year.
You think people will be more likely to notice it because it's outside?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, if you're right there on 48, you turn off, you can see the YMCA soccer fields a lot better. So I think people drive by, they'll see what's going on out there, and I think it'll be a good time.
The Y's golf outing is set for Friday, June 12th. There is still space for interested teams and participants to sign up until 2 days prior.
So we're still looking for teams. We have about 20 teams going right now. So it's an 18-hole, 4-person scramble, 12:30 shotgun start. Registration deadline is June 10th, so that's coming up here next week. So it is $100. And actually the $100 early bird special ended yesterday. So May 31st. So now it is at $125 a team there until June 10th. It's been going a while now, for about 20 years. So yeah, we have it every June, and it's always a good time. We always end up with about 20, 25 teams. So I think it's going to be pretty fun.
Mike Eisenbarth, the CCYMCA's facilities director, will run the Bigfoot Boot Camp. He says it will include both obstacle courses on their soccer fields along with field trips.
So what we do with this is we put a nice obstacle course out on the soccer field for them. This year we're going to step it up a little bit, and we're going to add it's got a water theme to it. So there's going to be more water obstacles and that type of stuff. What we do, we have 4 days or 5 days of it. 2 days are field trips. We do like a physical training day where I get to act like a drill sergeant on them, all in fun, of course. And also what's good about this one is on the 2 field trips days, we invite the families to also join us if they would like. These are for kids 1st grade through 6th grade. So, if you're thinking about it, you think, well, you don't want your 1st grader to go on a bus to, Blue Mound Conservation Area or whatever. We open that up to the parents drive them, and we open up to the whole family and the siblings to attend on those days. And last year the kids have a lot of fun, and actually I'm feeling kind of pressure to provide that much fun for them again.
The Y is also preparing for its special youth basketball clinic, which local legend Allison Duncan, formerly Allison Curtin, is helping teach. It's scheduled for Wednesday, July 1st.
This is going to be a great opportunity for, I think most of the parents' kids would remember her, that are involved, a day to work out with her. And we also got a good group of former players, teammates, current coaches that will also be helping out with the camp. This camp will be for 3rd grade through 8th grade. It's broken into 2 sessions. So we got 3rd grade through 6th in a morning session, and in an afternoon session, we got 6th through 8th. So it should be a good opportunity for the kids, a little meet and greet, and people who haven't seen her for a while. She lives in Montana, and she's coming back for a couple weeks, and some contact was made, and she offered to come spend a day with us.
A longer basketball skills camp is scheduled from July 20th through the 23rd. This is separate from the aforementioned program and features local coaches working with younger players.
This is another basketball skills camp. This is a 4-day camp. And what we do here is we had one last year, and it was pretty successful, and it seemed to get a lot of kids in. We get a lot of local coaches from the area, not just, the ones in Taylorville, but the county coaches. We had Nokomis here last year, of course, Taylorville. We had Pana. Last year we had a college coach come down, and many assistants were with them. So yeah, it's a 4-day opportunity. Are you gonna become a better basketball player in those 4 days? Probably not, but you're gonna learn a lot of skills from a lot of people that have a lot of experience that if you take home with you and practice, you will become better.
The Christian County YMCA's main summer camp began the final week of May. Despite that, registration is still open.
We're really excited. We've got about 50 kids out there right now, and you're still able to register if you're able to. It's going to be a great summer for the kids. They've already been using the soccer fields out there for their own like kind of little camps and stuff, and they've been using the playground out there. They're taking trips every week to Boyd Dappert. We're taking field trips every week as well, minus Boys Dapper, but like we're going up to Decatur, the Splash Zone, water park, taking a lot of field trips. And I think it's going to be a great summer for the kiddos. And if you want to have your kids join a really fun summer camp, I think you should come on down to the Christian County YMCA.
More information on the Christian County YMCA, as well as registration for any of those programs, is available at ccymca.org. Mike Eisenbarth and Tanner Jones appeared as guests on the WTIM Morning Show. The IHSA State Bass Fishing Finals is set for this weekend at Lake Shelbyville. The event moved to that location last season after a 15-year run at Carlisle Lake. Chris Schwartz is with the IHSA. The IHSA created the state series in bass fishing in 2009. Now to obituaries, which can be found at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com. 93-year-old Lyle Reller died October 27th, 2025. 95-year-old Lillian Reller died November 8th, 2025. 78-year-old Donald L. Yost of Taylorville died on Saturday. Visitation is tomorrow from 5 till 7 at Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. Military honors will immediately follow, and so too will a memorial service. Interment will take place at a later date. Arrangements are being handled by Sutton Memorial Home in Taylorville. 94-year-old Ramona May Grundy of Morrisonville died on Monday. Visitation is tomorrow from 5 till 7 at a Sally Funeral Home in Morrisonville. The funeral service is tomorrow at 10 at Friday at 10 at St. Maurice Catholic Church in Morrisonville. Burial will be at St. Maurice Cemetery. Arrangements are being handled by a Sally Funeral Home in Morrisonville. 89-year-old Arnold or Arnie Hilliard of Taylorville died May 16th. A celebration of life will take place on Saturday from 1 till 4 at Taylorville Christian Church in Taylorville. The sharing of memories will take place that day at 2, also at Taylorville Christian Church. Cremation rights have been accorded, and he will be interred at Camp Butler National Cemetery at noon on Friday. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. 79-year-old Rita Ann Harris of Taylorville died May 23rd. A celebration of life will take place on Sunday at 2 at the Family Lake House at 401 South Hunt Road in Taylorville. A prayer service will immediately follow. Arrangements are being handled by McClure Funeral Home and Cremation Services in Taylorville. A look at the weather today. We're looking at sunny skies with a high near 82. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 57. Get local news anytime at TaylorvilleDailyNews.com and